I am here with Ian, Greenleigh of Bazaarvoice. He is the social media manager. The question is, what does Bazaarvoice actually do?
Okay, I can do this one. We handle user-generated content for the world's biggest brands. And user-generated content can be anything from ratings and reviews of products, services, to say someone has a question about a Dell laptop. They can go to Dell.com using our Q&A features, ask that question, and then someone from Dell can actually answer it. But also another consumer can answer it. And actually that's ideal, because when consumers start talking to one another, that's a lot more powerful than the brand talking to the consumer. It's kind of the end of traditional marketing is what we're experiencing. And that's where we get into the social media space as well. We call ourselves social commerce. And that's when it's kind of the intersection of commerce and social media, as you might imagine from the name.
Okay, so now, but do you actually offer this? Like, is it a software, or do you actually are you hands-on with it?
So part of what we do is software. We're a software as a service company, but a lot of the value is added by our back-end moderation. We actually employ moderators that work at home and across the United States and speak, like, I think it's upwards of 40 different native languages for all the review content and Q&A content that's happening globally. Yeah. So, and then we're also going to pull a lot of analysis off the back end and show people, say, hey, did you know this laptop is overheating? It keeps coming up in our reviews, and we just want to make sure you know about that. A lot of the times they don't, because they're two heads down in the product cycle. They're two heads down doing other types of analyses that they just understandably miss something. So we're taking a lot of insights from that user-generated content and sharing it back with the brands as if they were doing, listening. Just listening is the first step. You can use great platforms like Radian 6 or something, but unless you're getting actionable insights and sharing it across the enterprise, that's where we come in. That's where we can really help kind of reinvigorate the product cycle and respond to actual problems with products that maybe people aren't picking up on.
And so being in the social space, what do you kind of think we'll be seeing over the next year?
What will we be seeing? I think more and more integration between offline and online. Location is a great example of that. Location is definitely one of the big themes of this conference. I just saw Dennis Crowley speak to Pete Cashmore at the keynote. That was great, really interesting. But another panelist said something really fascinating, and it's so simple. It's consumers adopt technology when it becomes utilitarian. Once these early adopters that are all around us at this conference, it's great when they adopt it, but for someone to coordinate with their bowling league using GroupMe, now that's the next step. Now that's why GroupMe, I think, has a lot of legs and can really succeed, is because its use case doesn't need to just be pitched to an early adopter. It can make sense for a lot of people. I'm also seeing user-generated content. Our space is a big theme here, and the ways that it can be indexed by Google, and the value it can add to SEO, value it can add to the conversations you're having with your customers and between customers. So those are two big themes that I'm seeing.
Well, Ian, thank you so much for your time. We're at South by Southwest 2011. I'm Vanessa Zamora. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Vanessa.